Test, test. Check, check. Alrighty. Let's see if this is all working. Okay, how do I see the chat? Now, I'm going to try to look at the chat here from my... come on. Okay, there it is. Good. What's up, everybody? Hey, Laurent. 25. How you doing? Okay, I need to get rid of this screen preview because it's going to use CPU that I don't need to be using. Come on. Why is this so difficult? Why did they put that there? I'll just pause it. There we go. Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay, and hopefully that scene switching is working, although it looks like it's been on that camera for a while. Let me wait for a minute and see if that comes back. Why is my connection fair? There's no reason it should be fair. It should be good. Oh well. So, hey, what's up, everybody? What I'm going to do today is play some songs. This is the first. I'm going to be playing songs of me. That doesn't make sense, what I'm about to say. I'm going to be playing some songs and singing at the same time. Playing some drums and singing at the same time. Which I've done in my band, in the band version of Demonic Sweaters, but I've never done it on a stream. Honestly, I've always kind of been like nervous to attempt it on a stream because, yeah, it's very, to get a mix right and everything on a stream can be pretty difficult. And then you add vocals into that, you have the potential for a really, really big train wreck if you're not careful. So I've always been really weary of actually trying it. But I've done several sound checks now, and I feel like that it should work pretty good. I hope. We'll see. So let me know if the connection looks okay out there, everybody. Just type in the chat and let me know if you're out there. But I believe everything is working. It seems like it still says my connection is fair, and I don't know why, but I'm just going to go ahead and play. So here we go. The first song I'm going to play is called No Pixels. And this one, I would perform with the band for a while, and we kind of stopped performing it for a while there, and then, I figured I would try it here on the stream as an opener. So here we go. No Pixels. Maybe I should record this too in case the stream doesn't work. And then I can just put it up later. Okay, I'm going to do that. Give me 1 second. All right, it's recording as well, so just in case. And Paulo says, ciao. Hey, Paulo. How's it going? Okay, so there's some people out there. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Here we go. This is called No Pixels. All right. That was called No Pixels. And let's check the chat here. I think I'm going to have to switch the chat over to my iPhone because having the Wi-Fi on this laptop, let me just do that. Having the Wi-Fi on this laptop causes some glitches. So some audio glitches there. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up here. Let's do that real quick. Sorry for the delay, everybody. But, hey Brazil, how's it going? And maybe that's why my connection is fair, too. Of course, this is probably going to make me sign in again. And, oh, it actually didn't make me sign in. Okay, good. All right, let's look at the chat here. Let me close this. And turn on airplane mode. And that should take care of that glitching issue. And hopefully improve my connection here. Okay. Yeah, I can see it here. Good. What's up, Carlos? And yeah, and also I try not to touch the laptop while I'm playing, even though I'm touching the phone, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. But I don't want to mess up my backing tracks here. So that song was called No Pixels, and if you like that, if you like any of the stuff that I'm playing today, all of these songs are available on a new release called Where Have I Been? And you can stream it on all the streaming services. And all of these songs have been released in the past in another form or another, but I just put together Where Have I Been as basically I took down all the old versions and polished it up a bit, all the tracks, and it's mostly every song on it are vocal tracks except for one. Because I release a lot of instrumental music, but Where Have I Been is mostly vocal stuff. So if you like this material, check out that album. And you can also check out my record label, which is anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. I don't have that up there yet, but I will. I'm going to have it up there. I'll put it up later today, so you guys can grab it there if you want. So here we go. I'm going to continue. The next song I'm playing here is called Somebody's Watching You, and usually a fan favorite. So here we go. All right, that was called Somebody's Watching You. And once again, you can get that on the album entitled Where Have I Been? And it's on all the streaming services. And I have to set my phone so the screen doesn't go off so quickly. It's always one thing. You think you prepare for everything on a stream, and then you don't. Settings. There we go. Hard to do this with drum gloves on. And hidden here in display and brightness. Set this to 5 minutes. I don't think any of my songs are longer than 5 minutes, so it should be good. Okay, so I know it's early in the morning. I was going to do this later to get some people a chance to tune in, but I actually have a lot of things that I have to do today, and that's one of the things I want to talk about now that I'm here. Is actually I'm probably not going to be able to stream for a little while. I'm not sure exactly when I'll be back. I'll probably still be uploading occasional videos, but they may be sporadic and minimal as well. And the reason being is I'm actually moving. We are moving to Staten Island. No longer going to be in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's great in its way, but the prices have gotten completely insane here, and what they're raising our rent to in this place, we can get a much, much nicer place in Staten Island. In fact, we already found a much nicer place. It's like in literally a brand new building, and it just blows this place away. And it's basically the same exact price as what this place will be once if we renewed our lease. So it's a no-brainer. We're getting out of Brooklyn and going to Staten Island. It's just nicer over there and cheaper. So anyway, hey John Def, what's up? How's it going? If anybody's wondering about the drum details today, feel free to ask questions and I'll answer the best I can. But up next, I've got a song called "The Precipice of Me." So here we go. All right. That was The Precipice of Me. And who's out there? We've got... Sorry, it's hard to see on this little phone screen. Erratics. Hey, Erratics. You're new here. I haven't seen you before. Hey, Eduardo. What's up, buddy? And like I said, that one, as well as all these you hear today, are on a release called Where Have I Been, which is on all the streaming services. And that song was called The Precipice of Me. All right, so up next, what am I playing? This one, actually, well, now I played it several times rehearsing it, but I had never performed this song, like, live in any way, actually, except for I uploaded a rehearsal video of it when I was rehearsing for this stream. But before that, I'd never played it with the band or anything. I recorded it and then kind of, forgot what I did. So I had to relearn it. I had to relearn, how to play it and then learn how to sing it live while I'm playing it too. But it's one of my favorite songs that I've done, and it's called Jenny Z. It's about. It's not really about a dream, but it's kind of like several weird dreams that I had sort of put together lyrically. And I think, if you listen to the lyrics, it does a pretty decent job of like kind of presenting this like, psychedelic, surreal dream experience, I think. So anyway, here we go. This song is called Jenny Z. tell I played that one much better in the rehearsal version. Completely screwed up the vocals and messed up pretty bad on the drums, but hey, whatever. Mark Dolan says, nice kit. I love how 90s music is back. Makes me feel young again. LOL. Yeah, well, it is kind of back, even though I'm a 90s guy too. So, I mean, I never really stopped making 90s music because that's just me. But fortunately, kids seem to like it again. Like the rock stuff is coming back. There's some good ones out there. One of my students actually showed me this kid. Like, he looks super young. His name is Reese, and he spells it with a number 6. But he's playing pretty cool, like indie, like grungy indie stuff. And he looks like he's like 14 or something. And of course, he has like a billion like views already somehow. But yeah, it's cool. And hey, what's up, Brady? Koo Kim. Yeah. It's got a little bit of that flavor there, that song especially. Okay, this next song is called Legitly Jayang. And this one, too, I've had a lot of comments on. People have told me they like this one. So here we go. Man, I'm over 2 with the lyric remembering. Part of the problem here when you're using backing tracks, especially if you have backing vocal tracks, if you mess up the lyrics, it's like totally obvious because one of them doesn't match the other one. But Mark Dolan says, yeah, it's the same with indie. It's back big time. 80s, man. I mean, really, 80s and 90s and, everything is kind of has a niche, at this point. Even here, like, I don't know. I mean, I listen to a lot of K-pop because of my students, and like, a lot of K-pop sounds very 90s. Like, sounds like 90s pop, a lot of it, with like slicker production, but they use a lot of the same. There's a lot of similar vibes going on as 90s, R&B and 90s pop and stuff happening in K-pop. Oh, hey, Brady. You're Ben Doyle's brother. No way. That's awesome. Yeah, if you guys are reading the comments here, Brady is the brother of one of the bands that I was in way back in the 90s. And that's really cool. Say hi to your brother for me. I haven't talked to him in a really, really long time. I mean, I see Sarah pretty often. Well, not often, but at least once a year usually, because I go visit her and Chad. But I haven't seen Ben in like a very long time. Eric Cooley says, sounds rush-ish than like Sonic Youth with some grunge in there. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, those are all things that I listen to, all the influences, they come through in the music, for sure. Okay, so what's up next here? Oh, Portal. Oh, man, let's see if I can make it through this thing without screwing it up. It's always different when it's live. I was feeling really confident in my last rehearsal. Not like, I hate to be, maybe I shouldn't say anything, you guys wouldn't know. But, I'm kind of a perfectionist here. And I got this slap back on my voice, and it kind of makes me sound like Elvis Presley a little bit. All right, so here we go. This is called Portal. And this one's very grungy, if you like grunge type stuff. So here we go. You don't have to worry now. Tarantulas will scurry down. You don't have to worry now. The portal's open wide now. Takes a lot to get it closed. Got what it takes now, get it closed. You don't have to wait for me. I will be back, honestly. Make sure to jump in before you can't make it through the floor. It takes a lot to get it closed. Got what it takes now, get it closed. You don't have to worry now. Tarantulas will scurry down. You don't have to worry now. The portal's open wide now. All right, yeah, Portal. Thanks for watching, everybody. That song, like all the others here, I know I've said it a bunch of times, but sometimes people, they're just getting on here. So if you like what you hear, all this music is available on my album, which is called Where Have I Been? And it's on all the streaming services. And yeah, check it out. Every song that you hear here today is on that album. Basically, I'm doing a live version of it. Is that a real bird? Says Eric Cooley. Well, it's a real plastic bird. Here, let me grab it. I got this thing at the 99-cent store down the street from where I teach. I saw it was just hanging there one day, and I was like, how much is that? And they're like, $10. And I was like, yeah, I definitely want that. Check it out. Let me turn it on. So it's sound activated, so like if I hit a drum or something, it should start again. There it goes. Yeah, I love this thing. I turn it off though. It gets annoying really quickly though. If you have it on and just set it up, in your room or something, like that bird sample gets really old very quickly. But it looks cool. Yeah, it is pretty. It says very pretty bird. Solid bird, says Yard Sale. Hey, what's up, Yard Sale? All right, let me tap the screen here so that doesn't go to sleep. I said it so it wouldn't, but it still keeps doing it. So screw you, iPhone. All right, let me hang this back up. So, yeah, like I was saying, go on Spotify. Make sure you follow Demonic Sweaters there. Apple Music, whatever you use. And check out the album, Where Have I Been? And if you're wondering, like, I change it up a lot on there. Like, because before I had an album up called Is That You? And that one, it was almost the same. I just kind of changed it a little bit. Well, what had happened is there was a screw up where somehow the Is That You was not distributed in Asia. And so I was like, well, crap, I need to get it out there. So I was just, rather than just, send it to the distributor and have them put it in Asia, I was like, well, now here's my chance to like kind of refine that release, do some things to it that I wanted to do in the past and kind of put some different songs on there and just change it up. Go George Lucas with it, And so that's what I did. And then I uploaded it, again to the streaming services for Asia. And then I ended up liking it better than Is That You. So I was like, I'm just going to take down Is That You and have it replace it, basically. So it's similar, it's like 90% the same. It's just remastered, and there's a couple different songs on there, and it's in a different order. And I just think it's better. I think it's a better overall album. Alicon says, let it roam free. I wish it could. It'd be so cool if it could fly around. Like, that'd be really cool, like, in the future if they have, like, AI. Like, see, this is like, they keep making AI do stupid shit. Like, AI should not be creating music and, art. They should make AI do stuff that we want it to do, not the stuff that we want to do. Like, they should have, like, AI robot birds that you can put in your house and they'll fly around and, like, land on you and they don't poop. That would be really cool. Or, like, AI robots that, do all this stuff that nobody wants to do, like digging, fixing sewers at 3 a.m. on the street, like, it makes no sense how they're using it, but whatever. No, nothing makes sense. That's pretty much it. Yard Sale says, just got the end of this, stoked to check out the full thing. Well, it's not the end yet. We've got about, how many songs do I have left? 1, 2, 3 more songs. So not quite the end. trying to dilly-dally here a little bit. All right, so I'll go ahead and play one. This song is called Rot, and this one again is I guess, I get the best feedback from the songs I sing on, but I love instrumental music too. I feel like that I like instrumental music just as much as the vocal stuff, but I definitely get the most feedback and positive, reinforcement on the songs that I sing on. Like, people, the guy who basically runs DistroKid sent me a message and told me how much he liked this song. I thought that was really cool. But anyway, this song is called Rot, and it's about getting old. Here we go. Fuck it, it's my stream. I'm going to start this over. I screwed that up bad, and I would rather just do it again. Keep forgetting lyrics. It's too early. Here we go. I'm going to do it again. Here we go. All right, definitely felt better about that one that time. It's my stream. I can do whatever I want. I can play it again if I mess up. Let's see here. Sorry, it's hard for me to see these unless I pick up my phone and look at it closely. Yard sale. PDX says, oh, hell yeah. And then Rage 64. Hey, what's up, Rage? Rock. Eduardo, that riff is awesome. Thanks, Eduardo. Keith, hell yeah. Rot is definitely my favorite. Thanks, Keith. And nice to see you here, Keith. Thanks for watching. I think that's the Keith I know. And then Derek Hart. Hey, what's up, Derek? Good vibes. And then Yard Sale. Oh, this breakdown bridge rules. Thanks. The outro, yeah. Thanks. That one, yeah, I like it. The vocals, I'm always like, but yeah, I think it came out good. So I've got. Oh, I only have one more. Shoot, I thought there were three more, but I forgot I played my last track I have on there first. So maybe I'll go back and what did I screw up really bad? Legitly Jayang. That one was really bad. Maybe I'll do that again. Sure, why not? Let's do it again. I'm gonna do Legitly Jayang. Hey, what's up, Laurent? Legitly Jayang, and then I'll play the last song after that. So let me go back here. I feel like my voice is more warmed up now, too. So maybe I'll do it better. Here we go. Legitly Jayang. All right. Yeah, definitely felt better about that one. So, any other songs you guys want to hear again? That's all I can do. I don't have any extras that I could like different ones that I could play. I didn't think of an encore or anything. I pretty much just have the tracks that I have here prepared here. Let's see. Keith, LOL makes me so happy when you recognize me. That's cool. Yeah, thanks. Keith was the one who basically resurrected the band Lover that I was in. So thanks for that, Keith. Brady, do you know Tim Taylor? You mean from Brainiac? Yes, I did know Tim, if that's who you're talking about. He was a really, really sweet guy. Like, really, really nice. Yeah. It was great. It was such a shock. But maybe I should wait until that's who you're talking. Until I know that's who you're talking about. But yeah, he was really cool. Tim Taylor, if you guys out there don't know, was the singer of Brainiac, who passed away way back. I think it was like 1999 that he passed away from a car accident. But he was a really cool guy. I mean, we played with Brainiac, the bands that I was in, several times, and always afterwards was like a after party and hang out, and they would spend the night and stuff. And Tim and what was the drummer's name? Shoot, I forget the drummer's name. I think it's Tyler. Yeah, Tyler. Tim Taylor, and then Tyler was the drummer's name. And those two guys I really liked a lot. I mean, everybody was cool, but especially Tim and Tyler, they were very, very nice. Tim was just such a sweetheart. What was it like when he passed? Well, it was weird. I think I was on tour with a band. I was playing guitar in a band called Spark Chamber, or maybe it was right before we left for tour. So it was, it was sad. And everybody kept asking me about it. It's not like we were like super close friends. I mean, I didn't grow up with him or anything, but we did play together like several shows, and we're friendly and hung out, when that happened. So, he wasn't like a close friend or anything, but he was a very good guy. And then, John from Brainiac, I continued to see throughout the years. He would play with his band Enon, and usually when he would play, I would go see him and we'd hang out and talk and stuff. And Jay Demko's band is actually, at least last I heard, I haven't heard any updates on this, but he was supposed to be going on tour, Jay Demko's band, with the reunion of Brainiac. Like, I guess they're like splitting the vocal duties with John and some other people. And so they were supposed to go on tour, and last I heard, that was supposed to be happening. But it seemed, I don't know. I just haven't heard anything else. Like, I haven't seen any posts or anything. So I don't know if it's still going on or what's up with it. Harmonies, hot damn, says Yard Sale. Yeah, I actually, my more comfortable range is higher. I can sing lower, but that's where I struggle the most because it's harder to hear yourself when you're singing low. I can sing like mid to high, I think the best. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up. Brady says, yes, that tour just wrapped. Oh, it already ended. Okay, so I thought it was happening like in a couple of months or something. I guess Jay did tell me about it a while ago. But yeah, they weren't coming anywhere near here, so unfortunately I couldn't go see them. But I've seen some videos of the reunion version of Brainiac, and they were very good. So anyway, I've got another one I'm going to play for you guys, and then I'll answer questions or whatever, talk and hang out a little bit. But this song is my newest vocal recording song, and this one's called Tell Me What You Want. And actually, I'd recorded this. It took me a little while to get it out because the band version of Demonic Sweaters was playing, and I was recording this originally for us to play. And what I originally intended was to record the instruments and then have the guys come in and redo it, basically. But that never ended up happening. And now the band's pretty much on hiatus. So I finished it up myself, and I think it came out really nice. The original version of this song, like when you hear the recording, believe it or not, is this kit. It's an electronic kit, and I swear, man, you cannot tell. Like I used, well, basically a mixture of the internal sounds that I'm using today on here, which is the TD-17, and then I blended in Easy Drummer 3, and it sounds insanely good. Like it's like for a rock sound, it's like perfect for it, I think. And that's what, if anybody's curious, that's what I'm using today is this. It's all internal sounds. Last stream I had like all my own samples, but this time it's all internal, coming from the TD-17. I'll talk more about that after I finish the song. So here we go. This song is called Tell Me What You Want. Oh, I better cue it up here. Where is it? No, that's no pixels. Here we go. All right. That is all. Let's turn the vocal effects off here so it's easier for me to talk. I don't have to raise my voice to talk over the gate. Turn this off. Give me 1 second. Test. There we go. Guys could probably hear way more background noise now, but when you're playing drums and singing, you really need to use a gate because that'll really come through on the mic a lot, even electronic drums, the tapping, and it gets very irritating if you're listening. Yard sale, yeah, dude, thanks, man. Oh, wait, let me go back. There's more comments here. Rage64 says, easy drummer in TD17. Nice. Yeah, thanks. Not today, though. On the original recording, it was that. But this is just the TD17, what you're hearing right now. And I think it sounds good. I tweaked it. It's not like a preset that comes on the kit. But you can totally make a TD17 sound really nice. It's great rock sound. But you can do more with it than that, too. I have some other kits in here that I made. This one, where's this one that I made? This one right here, kind of retro sounding. I think sounds really cool. And that's based off of one of the presets, but I tweaked it. And yeah, there's a lot of good sounds in here. It's my favorite of the... Well, I've only had this in the TD27, but I liked the 17 better than the 27. I just think it sounds better. Even though the 27 has more features and does more, I just think that the sounds that come on the 17 are nicer. Let's see here. Brady says, do you start writing any of these tracks on drums or always on guitar? Yeah, I never write on drums. Drums, believe it or not, even though I'm a drummer first and foremost, are always the last thing I put. I start everything not always on guitar, a lot of times on synth, although these songs, since these are all guitar-heavy songs, then most of these, I think, were recorded originally on guitar or written on guitar. So, yeah, usually that way. Because I like to have the structure and everything worked out first before I put the drums down, because I like to really think about my drum parts and work them out the way I want. So I want to have everything completed, and then I go back and, sometimes I'll put like placeholder, like drum machine in there or something. Sometimes, not that often, but occasionally I have done that. And then I go back and I record some drums. Yard Sale says, yeah, dude, and Rage64, yes, perfect drumming. Thank you. I appreciate that. And amazing, dude. Thanks, Yard Sale. And that's all of them. That's all the comments. So anybody have any questions or comments that you want to ask about the drums or, whatever, just ask away. If you're curious about the backing tracks, I was using Ardor, which is a open source DAW. And it works pretty good for backing tracks, actually, because I used to use Ableton. I'm not saying I won't go back to Ableton at some point, but I like what I can do in Ardor as well, because you can... On Ableton, the way I always did it was like I would make like scenes with different songs in them, and then you can cycle through the different scenes. But the problem is with that, especially if you're practicing, if you want to go back to like one part of the scene, it's really difficult. Like you kind of have to start the whole song over. But if you're doing it this way in Ardor, you can create timeline markers and assign them to MIDI note. Like basically, well, not the marker to MIDI notes, but you can assign skipping through those markers to MIDI note. And that's how I'm able to go back and forth between the tracks from the pad here, the pad controller. And it's just nice. I mean, I have it basically, the tracks are set up as a mix without the lead vocal and without the drums. And then I have a click also that I hear that you guys don't hear. And that's how I'm playing along to it. But I didn't make like individual, like there's not like guitars and bass. It's not separated. It's all mixed. They're all stereo waves, and I'm just cycling through the stereo waves. Now, I have done it where I have all the tracks individualized, which is nice if I wanted to do, at one point I played a show live at like a festival, and I wanted it to sound like an actual band. So rather than play the laptop through like the house PA, what I did is I ran out of multiple outputs on my audio interface and ran them to like, actual guitar and bass amps. So it sounded like there was an actual band playing on stage. And to do that, you have to have all the tracks, all the different instruments individual, and then map those to different outputs on the interface. And I think that's a really cool way to do it. It sounds great when you do it like that. Like it literally sounds like you're playing with a band. Because when you play, with tracks and they're going over the PA, it always sounds different. It doesn't sound exactly the same. You don't have that stage volume, But if you do it the other way, and of course it was like way more work. Like I had to bring 2 amps with me, had a bass amp and a guitar amp and a full drum set and a laptop, and it was like all this shit, and it was just me. But it was worth it, I think. Let's see. Crunk Monkey. Hey, what's up, Crunk Monkey? I haven't seen you in a while. I heard our door is really good. Yeah, it's good. It's not like... Well, it's good. I was going to say it's not the greatest, but I mean, it just depends on what you want to do. I like some things about it better than Reaper. But, of course, Reaper I find to be like the most user-friendly DAW. I think it's just so easy to use. Our door is not quite as easy to use, but it has some cool stuff. There's some it's hard to explain right now, and I can't even think of any right now, but like I know that when I'm using it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, and I for a lot of the like more experimental instrumental stuff that I've been doing lately, I've done all of that in our door because I just was digging it. But past couple of days, I dug back into Ableton and Reaper as well. So, I always change it up. Ableton Live can do timeline markers, but it's more difficult. There is a way to do it. Yes, I have done that in Ableton. But it's so much faster to make the scenes and just to assign the MIDI stuff that way because you don't have to create all of them. I don't know. I mean, yes, you can do it. I was just lazy, but it's just different. I forget why it's different, but I know it's different. I did that once when I did a Minnesota live set here on YouTube. I used Ableton, and I used it, linearly. And the reason why I had to do that is because some of those songs have tempo changes, and you can't do that in a clip. You can't change a tempo mid-clip. You have to have, an actual timeline to do that. So that is why I had to do it that way. But if you're doing like simple backing tracks with no tempo changes, you can tempo change track to track, and scene to scene, but you can't change in the middle of a scene if you're using it that way in Ableton. Yard Sale says, I'm trying to learn Ableton after mainly using Logic and GarageBand for years. It's rad, but so different. Yeah, it's different, but once you get the hang of it, it's like Ableton is so fast. Like you can make stuff I can make a song in Ableton. Like if I had to, and they're like, you have 10 minutes, make a song. I could make a song in Ableton in 10 minutes. Like not even. I could do it in 5 minutes. Like you can create a song so quickly in Ableton. It's crazy. I'm not saying it'd be amazing, but it's just very, very easy to create stuff with. And like another thing that's really cool about Ableton, that I just think beats everything is the way that it can work with a pad controller, like one of these. Can you see it right now? Maybe. But the thing I have here to my left, I did a whole series of videos of those kind of things that I was doing in Ableton, like using one live, and like you can trigger samples and do like drumming and all kinds of stuff. You could do all that on a drum set too. Like you could do like all the same stuff that I've done on those pad controller performances in Ableton. I could literally do on a drum set, which would be really rad. I just, that's one of those things I've thought of, but just have never done it. But just assigning different samples to different drums and, you can have drums to some drums and samples and trigger, the whole thing you could do 100% live with no actual, live-ish, you're triggering all the sounds like in real time. And you could totally do that on an electronic drum set, same as a pad controller. But the advantage with the pad controllers, you have a lot more pads because they have banks, and you have rows, and then each of those rows has different banks. So you have like a lot of stuff you can do. And let's see, WJ Cassidy. I only caught the last couple of songs, but really enjoyed it. Sounding great. Thank you so much. Crunk Monkey, Ableton Live can't do. Oh, I already answered that. And then Mr. Ukulele, drum sound amazing. Love all music from neoclassical to modern music, and I use Ardor and Ubuntu Studio when working on different music projects. Would love to learn the drums one day. That's really cool. Yeah, we'll pick them up. Get a drum set. Start watching YouTube videos. There's a lot of lessons on YouTube. A lot of good ones. Learn to read. That really helps. I always teach my students how to read. Because some drummers, yes, you can learn to play without reading, but you have so much more at your fingertips if you learn how to read drum music. On YouTube, there's like literally thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of notated drum videos, to songs that you can play to. And it just makes you a better musician, I think. But you don't have to. I mean, I didn't read for a long time. Well, that's not true. I read originally. When I first started playing drums, I learned how to read. And then I stopped and I totally forgot like everything, like 100%. And then I had to relearn it later. But once I started to relearn it, then it all came back to me. And now I think I'm pretty good at it. Although I do have some students. I have one student in particular, Richard, who can sight read better than I. Like, he can sight read really good. Like, it's crazy. Like, I just throw anything in front of him, and he's like, he may not be able to play it perfectly the first time, but he can come close, and he can read pretty much anything I throw at him, which is really awesome. Seems like Foo Fighters are dominating rock right now. Are they? I mean, I don't know. Are they? I don't know. Maybe they are. I mean, rock. Actually, no, I'm going to have to disagree with that. I don't know if you would consider them rock, but I do. But 21 Pilots are not only the only like mainstream rock band, but they're actually like, they're not totally 100% rock, but they have a lot of rock in them, like for sure. And their album is like number 3 right now, behind Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish, which is really cool, to have a band like that behind those type of artists, like just, total pop artists. And, 21 Pilots have a lot of pop in them as well, but that new album's great. I don't know if you guys have listened to that out there, but that is a very good album, Clancy by 21 Pilots. It's really good. I think it's their best one to date. I mean, it's definitely... the vocals and stuff and his melodies have gotten very, very good on that. But Foo Fighters, the Foo Fighters are like, at this point, they're the rock band. I mean, they've been around for so long and they've weathered so much. But, everybody knows who they are. They're just one of those bands that's like, they're like the Rolling Stones of the grunge era, of the post-grunge era, basically. Though I'm not in love with all of the Foo Fighters stuff. I think there's a few really good songs and then like a ton of filler, like a ridiculous amount of filler. Like they have so many forgettable songs, but that's just my opinion. Is there any good electronic drum kits for people just starting? Cannot read music. I play by ear. I'll look into it. Ask Mr. Loot. I mean, it depends on what your budget is. My recommendation always, if you want to just buy an electronic drum set and not have it suck, is just buy a Roland. I mean, they're more expensive, but there's a reason why they're more expensive, because they're just made better. They function better. Some people don't like the sound, or they say they don't like the sound, but when you turn one on and you play it, it's going to sound at least pretty good, even if you get one of the cheap ones. And you can tweak them to make them sound really good. Like the TD-07 KVX, I've recommended that one. I have a few students that have that one, and I put them together for them. And that's a great kit. I mean, they're not super expensive. I think you can get them for like around $1,000, $999, something like that. Which is kind of a lot, but it's going to last you. And if you ever wanted to sell it, you could get, at least, like pretty close to what you paid for it. Like maybe you can knock off $100 or something, Whereas if you buy an Alesis or something like that, it's going to be worth like a third of what you bought it for. Not to say that those are bad. I mean, I had an Alesis Nitro Mesh, and it was a decent kit for the money. And if that's your budget, then yeah, totally. I mean, I like the Simmons Titan 50. I don't like the Titan 70 that much. The Titan 50 I do like. The 70 I just didn't like because I didn't feel like it was that much better than the 50, but it costs like way more. So like I didn't think it was worth the cost, increase. The new Nitro I am not crazy about, but I still like the Surge, the Alesis Surge, because it's like the old Nitro basically, but a better rack. Let's see. Rage 64. Yeah, when 21 Pilots perform live, it's definitely like a rock band feel. Yeah, I mean, that new album has some there's some very straight ahead rockers on there. Like that song Midwest Indigo is really cool. And there's several. There's what's the one? I don't know, but like every song on it's memorable. Like he's got great melodies. He comes up with really good hooks. Mr. Lute, I learned how to play ukulele and electric guitar and Yamaha PSR 38 keyboard. I used Boss and Roland in the past, and they sound great. Yeah, I mean, Roland has been the leader in electronic drums for a very long time. I mean, there's a lot of companies coming out now, though, that are on the premium end that are pretty good. You have like F-Note and Zildjian just released an electronic drum kit. DW released an even though DW actually is owned by Roland now. But I still, even if somebody like gave me, an unlimited budget and would be like, buy any electronic drum kit you want, I would still probably go with the most high-end Roland over those others. That's me personally. The reason being, maybe my second choice might be the F-Note Pro, but probably not. And I'll tell you why here in a second. But the main reason why I would choose like the best TD50 over the Zildjian Alchemy or the what was the other one, the DWE, is because of the metal cymbals. I mean, even though they sound and look cool, the sound of the actual samples, that tapping on metal cymbals is very loud, even if they're muted, from the underneath. Because I've made them. I used low volume cymbals and made electronic cymbals out of them. And they're just too loud. I mean, it gets very irritating if you're in the room with somebody playing on those things. I had them set up in my teaching studio, and I had to take them all down. I still have them all. But I even put rubber pads on them, and they were still too loud. So the rubber cymbals are just, they may not feel as good as metal, but the big ones are not bad. And the sound is far less irritating than that ticky-tack sound of the metal, that's muted from the other side. It's extremely irritating, and it picks up on mics. Like that would, if I were using those today and I'm singing, even with the gate, it totally would have picked up because they just cut through. They're high-pitched, and they cut right through. So I think Zildjian, and my prediction is that Zildjian and DW will either stop making those kits altogether because of lack of sales, or they'll change the cymbals. Because every single company throughout history who's tried metal cymbals on electronic drums has made them for like a year or two, and then they stop. They switch to rubber. Every single one. They've all done that because they all get irritating when they're just too loud. And then the reason why I would pick a Roland over the F-Note Pro, even though I love the F-Note Pro, I think it is a great drum set, I feel like that it's an electronic kit and it leaves out half of what you should be doing with an electronic kit, which is electronic sounds. The F-Note Pro is purely based on acoustic sounds, and they sound pretty good, but it doesn't have that, with the Roland TD50, you have all kinds of like electronic, like weird stuff in there. And some people are like, oh, I hate that stuff. But I don't, I like it because they're electronic drums. It's like, I don't want an electric guitar that only sounds like an acoustic guitar. I want electric drums that can do all kinds of stuff and make, like weird sample sounds. And although I do think you can import samples in the F Note, but out of the box, I think I would like the TD50 better, personally. Yeah, yard sale. I was talking about the new Zildjian kit. Yeah, I mean that one to me. I like the Zildjian sounds better than maybe the DWE, especially the cymbals. But it's still not like, I don't know. I'm like, is that $6,000 good or $7,000 or whatever it is? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, you could get. I mean, if you're just going to use, well, the thing too about the DW one is that you have to use a laptop. If you have to use a laptop, then you can just buy any electronic drum set and use Easy Drummer 3, which sounds better than like 99% of everything. Like Easy Drummer 3 sounds freaking killer. It's really good. Like really, really good. It's very, very authentic sounding. And it even sounds like, my problem with the Easy Drummer 2 is it was almost too polished sounding. Like it sounded kind of cheesy in a way, but Easy Drummer 3 I don't think sounds like that. Like it sounds legit awesome. Like you can get sounds that are very polished and really good sounding, but you can also get kind of lo-fi-ish sounding sounds out of it. Like it's a really, really good product. They really did a great job on Easy Drummer 3. And since I have Easy Drummer 3 and Superior Drummer 3 and Easy Drummer 2, I can use all of those libraries in my Superior Drummer app. So I can use the Easy Drummer 3 in my Superior Drummer plugin, which allows you way more mixing, like features, and you can also import samples and do all kinds of. I haven't spent nearly enough time with it as I should. I just don't have the time. Like that's the thing too, is like a lot of these companies, they send, they want to send me software to review and to do, and like even drum equipment. But lately I've been turning a lot of it down because I just don't, it takes time. Like I don't have that kind of time, especially software. Like to really dig into software and get good at it and figure it out, it takes, you have to spend hours on that shit. And I'm like, you want me to sit to review your product for, and it's cool that you'll send a free product, and, I appreciate it, but you got to understand that's also like hours and hours of work to have to do that. So I don't know. The YouTube first world problems here, but if I didn't have, if I were more focused on doing YouTube as a full-time thing, then yeah, I would probably be doing that stuff. Like eDrum Workshop, like he does incredible reviews when he does his electronic drum reviews. I think they're the best. He just digs so deep and knows everything about them. Like it's crazy. That guy is like an encyclopedia of electronic drum knowledge. So that's a place you can learn about it too if you want to look at eDrum Workshop. Also, of course, 65 drums, of course. Justin knows a lot as well. Mr. Lute says Peisty and Zildjian cymbals sound amazing. Yeah, I mean, I think all the big manufacturers make great sounding cymbals. Peisty, Zildjian, Meinl, Sabian. Even some of the lesser known ones, you can get some, like Wuhan makes some really good ones, and Stag, and there's a bunch. There's so many good cymbals out there these days. There's a lot of Chinese brands that make killer sounding cymbals that are like very cheap. Like Chang cymbals, like they make some really nice sounding cymbals, but they're hard to get here. You have to order those off of like Alibaba and stuff. What else is on here? Yard Sale says, I bought Addictive Drummer for me and my brother to use. It's pretty rad too. Have you used it? And if so, how does it compare to Easy Drummer? I think I tried it out in the past. But there was I can't remember why, but there was some reason I didn't like it as much, and I went with Easy Drummer instead. I don't know. I think I felt like Easy Drummer was newer or something, or more currently updated. And just watched a bunch of samples, and it seemed like most people used Easy Drummer or Superior Drummer, so that's why I went that route. Although I would say that Superior Drummer out of the box kind of sounds like ass. Like you have to really tweak Superior Drummer to make it sound good, but not the case with Easy Drummer. Though Superior Drummer is very good, like once you mess with it. you can make some really good sounds with it. And especially if you have the Easy Drummer libraries to put in there as well, then it's great. But straight out of the box, it kind of sucks. And when I first bought it, I was quite disappointed in Superior Drummer 3, but not the case with Easy Drummer 3. Easy Drummer 3, you hook it up and you start playing, and every kit you're like, damn, that sounds good. And then you go to the next one, you're like, damn, that sounds really cool. And then like the next one, they're all like that. They even have ones with like towels over the drums and stuff, which is really cool. Like if you want that like super muffled dead sound, they have that. And they even have like when you do it too, like on the VST, there's like, the plugin, there's like a picture of the drum with the towel on it and stuff. It's pretty cool. Like they definitely know what they're current with the trends in drumming, which I think is really good. Did I have any latency issues with my DAW? Asked Chops. No, not with this setup. In fact, I'm running, let's see, what is my latency here? Let me check. I'm running at a buffer at only 64. So my latency is very, very low. It's got to be like, 1.33 milliseconds. So that's a very, very low latency. That's why when I'm talking through the mic, it's like there's no delay, or no perceived delay, because it's only 1.3 milliseconds. And that has a lot to do with this interface. This M Audio Air 192/14 gets really, really good latency. It's one of the best low latency interfaces I've ever had. I did a review on it if you want to watch on the channel. I had some complaints about it, but as far as a just very, very low latency multi-channel interface, it's the best that I've tried. As far as the latency goes. And I'm using it in Linux. And actually, though, I can get it even lower in Windows. Linux will go to 64. I think in Windows, I could put the buffer at 32, which is crazy, and not get any glitches, which is really low. This laptop right now has Linux on it. I am going to put a Windows partition back on it, though, I think, because I need to use this for Ableton as well. And I was, in my haste, I was angry at Windows, and I just completely blew it out. So now I have to redo everything on it. But I was going to wait until after this stream to do that. Make it a dual boot. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. What time is it? It's already 12:50. Jesus. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell icon, all that stuff that you're supposed to do. And check me out on Spotify. Follow me there. Check out the album. You can check out any album you want. But the newest one that has all the material on it that I was singing today is called Where Have I Been? So you can check that out. And if you want to support me, buy something on anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. That would be cool too. And like I said, I probably won't be streaming for a while because I'm going to be moving here pretty soon and relocating to a new apartment. Still in New York, but moving to a different borough. And I think it's going to be nice, though. It's a really great place. Although the room where I'm going to have these drums is a little bit smaller, but it's just nicer. And it's right on the water, which is really cool. And you can see the bridge out the window, which I'm super stoked about. And plus, it's just a brand new building. Here is this building is ancient. It's pre-war. I'm on a 4th floor walk-up, which is a nightmare for moving drums. It's absolutely terrible. Hardware. Every time I have to move hardware, it's like I have back problems for 3 days because and it's not just 4 flights of stairs. It's winding, narrow stairs that you're bumping into the brick wall over around every turn. And then when you finally get to the bottom of the stairs, you also have to walk really far through this courtyard and then out, this metal gate. It's not like the car is right down at the bottom of the stairs. It's it's very difficult to move things in and out of here. So I'm super stoked about the new place. And plus this place had rodent issues, and it's just an old building, neighbors constantly smoking and just nastiness. So anyway, rambling on. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget, I already said all that shit. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Wait, I can't stop it here. I have to go over there. I did that the last stream. But I have to go away from the mic, so bye-bye.